Being here on Bless Your Heart. We are on our new YouTube station. So thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, hit the button. And we are here for Ask Amy. So what do you have today?
Well, our first question is from Katie. She really enjoyed watching you and Jamie play Priorities last week. Okay. And you mentioned that Dale is really good at games. Dale, do you know which one you're good at and which one Amy thinks you're good at? Any game, card game or board games you guys prefer? What type of game you guys prefer? There's a lot in there, I know.
Yeah, what have we played?
You're good at all games.
Yeah, I mean, we used to play President and Assholes.
Yeah, I've watched you play poker.
Yeah, I mean.
Blackjack.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about him, Monopoly, it's like he can foresee what's going to happen on the board and he just sweeps it. But I think you're just good at games. You're good at like puzzles and games and things like that. And it doesn't even matter if you've had 10 beers. Like, you're still pretty sharp when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah. Their next question is from McCoy. They want to know, yesterday on Ask Junior, Dale said he got in trouble at school because he had a Playboy. And he's wondering if, Amy, what kind of student you were in school and did you ever get in trouble?
I did not get in trouble. I was always worried about getting in trouble at home, which I didn't get in trouble at home very much either. I just was a rule follower. And so I was always pretty good as a good student. And I did get put in, actually, I take it back. I did get put in ISS once for hitting somebody.
Ooh, that's...
Watch out.
Yeah, I clocked this boy because he deserved it.
Ooh.
And I got put in ISS too because I got him pretty good. But
that's like the top tier level of trouble to get put.
Well, I was kind of tired of being bullied.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I got bullied a little bit in school. I got punched a couple times myself.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yep. Turned me into a scrappy little girl. But yeah, that happened once.
Wow. Okay.
Did you know that?
I think so, yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, from that, there's a question in the YouTube chat about your upcoming girls trip. Hopefully no punches are thrown there.
No.
What's your go-to hangover meal in the morning?
Oof. Honestly, usually when I'm hungover, I don't want to eat anything. But my favorite guilty pleasure when I'm hungover is like Taco Bell.
Ooh, Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
What, do you get the Mexican pizza or you just go straight?
I get a Mexican pizza. I used to get the double-decker tacos, and they've taken those off the menu.
Ooh.
And I'm still upset about it. Every once in a while, they bring them back, and I just hit the drive-thru at lunchtime just for good measure. But
yeah.
What's yours?
I like Five Guys or like a good cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
Something greasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Some Bojangles.
Yep.
Are you guys a hair of the dog type of people too? Where like, it's a bad one, you need another drink to kind of ease yourself back in?
Hair of the dog.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only problem there is like if I drink another, so if I get up and have a beer, I'm ready to do the whole day over again.
Yeah.
Like,
so if we're on a trip, that's just usually the plan. You kind of don't have a choice.
Don't stop.
I'll just
keep
because
going.
one beer puts me back to drunk. Like,
really?
One beer will get me back to like where I was around 5 or 6 the day before, and I'm like, hey, I'm ready to party.
Yeah.
I'm back. Let's go. What are we doing? So I can only have hair of the dog if there's like a runway to raise some hell.
Yeah.
Okay. I get on that board with that. Is there a water ratio when you're on that too? Like rehydrate
there should be,
too?
but there probably isn't enough water.
That was the problem to begin with.
Okay. Next question is from Randy. What are 2 things you'd love to ask your pet? So if your pet could talk, what would you ask it? What would you want to know?
I'm going to ask Junebug why he pees everywhere in the house.
Okay.
Yeah,
what are you going to ask?
I would just, I don't know.
I mean, he has spitefully done that since we got him.
Yeah.
He's a tiny little dog, and we traveled with him quite a bit. So he knows where to go, and he will do it if he's stressed or if he thinks we're going to travel and leave him somewhere. Mm-hmm. He'll just start peeing.
Gus, sorry.
Go ahead.
Gus growls at us, mostly me.
Yeah, you. He growls at you.
I go over there this morning, and he's sitting on the couch, and I go over there, and I give him this big old hug, and he's like, "Urgh," and I'm like, what are you growling at? Like, what is the problem?
Yeah.
Like, you are so loved.
Yeah. He seems to have just enough punk in him that if he's annoyed with Dale's extra energy and all
if
the
I-
things,
hey,
he's gonna growl.
I hug him and give him this hug and rub his back, and he's like, "Arr." And then as soon as I sit up, he's like, "Where you going, man? Where you going? You leaving?"
Yeah, he used to talk.
And I'm like, "I knew it."
He used to like howl and kind of moan and talk.
Yeah.
Like you almost felt like y'all were having a conversation, and that has gone. He's not doing that
He's
at all
just
anymore. He
changed a
just
lot.
Yeah.
growls. He does have a lot of arthritis, so he's probably in pain a little bit. But
Do they both like rush to the door when you guys come home and jump
oh
on you
yeah,
still?
howl
Lots
and
of barking
scream and bark.
loud.
I feel like I would want to know what they're saying. Is it just noises?
When Amy comes
You're like
in,
intruder.
Yeah.
when Amy comes in the driveway, she comes by the front door and then to the garage. So they see her and they run to the front door, loud barking, both of them, and then they run all the way through the house to the garage door
Every
Wow.
time.
Like
and
the Zoom-
stand at that garage door, just bark, 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 bark till she comes through it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, y'all know the routine. Y'all know what is happening
Yeah.
here.
You know my
barking
car.
is really not.
Until I speak to
Changing
them and
anything.
they can hear my voice, they will not stop talking.
Yeah.
They won't stop screaming. And Gus is loud.
He's so loud.
He's a next level. He's not a bark. It's like a howl because
Yeah.
he's a bird dog.
Yeah.
He's really loud.
He's Irish setter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do they have a favorite?
Do we have a favorite?
person you were dating?
Oh,
They both
I'm
love
the
Amy
favorite.
yeah.
the most. Yeah.
Usually most do.
Mm-hmm.
These next couple questions are more about you guys as a couple. Jody wants to know who said "I love you" first.
Oh, I don't know. Do you?
I wouldn't. I'd be guessing.
I would be too.
Really? Wow.
I know it happened pretty early.
I can't even remember those. I mean, I can't even imagine what that was like.
But
Oh
it
my
was.
God.
I bet that was
That is
cringy.
awkward. Yeah, that is so awkward.
So it may be advice for people that are a little like nervous to say it to their partner for the first time. How early is too early?
I don't know. You have a right to be nervous, but never worry about putting your feelings out there, I guess.
Yeah,
Because you might not get the chance if you wait. But
Good advice.
yeah,
man, I don't know. That's always tough.
it's scary. It's never not scary.
Yeah.
Read the room, I guess. I don't know. The next one then also is Amy. Can you tell us how Dale proposed to you?
Yes. So we were in Ilbesheim, Germany. We were there for what I thought was a genealogy kind of excursion to explore where his family was from. He had done a lot of research, and we had checked into this tiny little bed and breakfast and had a night downstairs with the locals. And so we were hungover and we were going to see the church the next day. And our good friend Martin had lined up a meeting with the pastor so we get to open the church. I think it was like a middle of the week. It wasn't a Sunday, so the church was not open. And we're just looking around the church, and all of a sudden I turn around. It's kind of quiet, and he's on his knee. I'm right next to the altar, and he's on his knee. And I was flabbergasted. I don't know. He blew it out of the park.
Yeah. Did you think it was coming? You had no.
No, I had no idea. We hadn't discussed rings or really getting engaged. I don't know. We were in a good place in our relationship, but that was good enough for me. And the trip was not about us. It was about seeing where his family was from, which was exciting. And so, no, we were very distracted, and I didn't see it coming at all.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Were you
That's
nervous,
great.
Dale, when you did it?
Huh? Was
You
I nervous?
Yeah.
I was so ready to do it. I was so excited to do it. I wasn't really nervous as much as I was just like had been carrying that ring around, and I was like, man, I wanted this for myself for so long. Of course, you got to remember, this is happening like kind of later in my life, right, than I'd imagined. And so, and the way we had planned it to be there, and it just came together perfectly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't know what
Pretty
that church
magical.
looked like. I didn't know what the town looked like we were going to. I was totally like just.
Focused on that moment.
Well, no, I mean, I was like,
He was going into those portions
I
of
was-
it, not knowing what he was going to get.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
I was
Yeah.
visiting this town. Ilbesheim has 300 people in it. In 1700, when the Earnhardts were there were 300 people. It has not changed. I didn't know what we were walking into.
Mm-hmm.
This church was 1,000 years old or 700 years old. I didn't know what it looked like, and I'm like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna ask her into church. I hope. You know, if
Yeah.
if everything goes the way it's supposed to go. I didn't know if it's going to be busy, a bunch of people in there. We by ourselves. Would it be quiet? Had no clue. But
It was like this ethereal space, and we
was.
were all by ourselves, and it was just perfect.
Everything was the way that I would have asked. I would have wanted it to be.
Yeah.
To be able to set up the moment. So it was good.
That's awesome. Worked out.
I remember the part that's kind of funny to me is when we did that. You know, we had this moment of being excited and happy, and everybody's happy, and you know, that was. I mean, you know, woohoo, Kelly, and everybody's so happy.
Yeah.
And we go outside, take a couple pictures, and then we walked back to wherever we walk back to wherever we came from, to the car, down the street or whatever. And it's just, you're walking down the street and you're just like, all right, well, I guess now I'm engaged. You know, it's just this really weird, surreal.
Weird transition.
Yeah. Everything, I mean, you know, life does just go right back to normal.
Yeah. I've always wondered that when you see the pictures of people get engaged. Like, what'd you guys do after? Did you like high five?
Nothing.
Like, oh, let's do
Like,
this
I don't
next.
remember, to be
Nothing.
honest.
You didn't do any. You
just
did
go back
You
to your
did
normal
what
life.
you were gonna do if you didn't get engaged.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy thing to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people, they get engaged, you know, a little closer to home.
Mm-hmm.
Not like in the backyard, but not in Europe with nobody around them. So they might
there
have
might be
friends and
some-
family
yeah.
around, or have like a cocktail reception planned, or they might have been planning to go to dinner or do something. So like there's an event to support the excitedness. I don't know what we were doing that day besides the church. We were just kind of exploring the town.
We were.
I don't know. The whole trip was a big celebration, it felt like.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Our last question is from James. And
What?
what do you got?
There was this one thing we did where we stopped by this lady's house and we bought some.
Yeah, so there's like 3 or 4 businesses in town only, and one of them is a bridal shop. And so we did go into the bridal shop, and I got a few little things to like put in my bouquet, and a handkerchief and some different things from the bridal shop there.
Did you
Yeah,
plan
so that was
That
special
was
too.
neat.
That was just a coincidence that there was.
Yes.
Yeah,
A coincidence.
there's like an appliance store, a bridal shop, and I forget what the other thing is.
Wood shop or something.
Something, yeah.
Wow. All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Last question from James. He wants to know: did Dale buy you your own beard trimmer yet?
No, we're still.
What the hell?
I clipped his
I
hair
bought
with
it,
it the other day.
Yeah, I think we have a new shirt.
It's ours now, okay?
It's always going to be a shared one.
I'm fine with it. Everybody's like, oh, man, chill out.
I think
Listen
it's
up."
more common.
He's just shy and he blushes. I mean, we talked about this. Back to that. He loves to come up behind me in the kitchen. Most men do this to their wives. He's squeezing on me, juggling boobies, poking my butt,
Jesus.
whatever he wants to do.
Live on.
If I go to do anything similar back to him, he jumps out of his skin. Like
Yeah.
he's like, ah!
Yeah.
That's just who he is.
Yeah, I think we have a shirt on the Dirty Mo store that has something similar to that.
Yes, we have a new shirt. I have a printout so I can show everybody.
Yeah.
So we have merch now for Bless Your Heart, and our first item is fully charged and ready to rip. So there's a t-shirt and a sweatshirt, and we have more things to come. So, but this is our initial
There you go.
item.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty good. That's all we got for Ask Amy today.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, we're clear.